My name is al-Hayani, and I was honored to be the 2019 Ohio Teacher of the Year. Teacher of the Year is simply an avenue to honor all teachers in the state of Ohio. I just happen to be the one that they put up there. It would be impossible to honor every great teacher in the state of Ohio, so I am humbled and honored that I was able to be the spokesperson for all public educators in the state of Ohio. My parents are from Iraq and Lebanon, and I was born here in Toledo. I went to Hawkins Elementary, McTighe, and I graduated from Rogers High School, and I got both my degrees from the University of Toledo.
My name is Fatima al-Hayani, and I'm the mother of Mona al-Hayani, who has been chosen Teacher of the Year for the state of Ohio. When Mona was young, she was very precocious, and she was very, very emotional as well. And she liked to do a lot of things on her own. She was very individualistic. She loved to read, and her reading is very eclectic. She didn't just stick with certain genre of reading, of literature. She liked everything. When she was in high school, she took French.
My mother was always doing educational things on top of the jobs. She was a professor and an English and French teacher, and she took us with her to her college courses. So a lot of my upbringing actually took place within an educational space.
It was very important for me that they learn, not only from the school, but from us. We took them all over. We took them to the Middle East all the time. They went to Lebanon. They went to Iraq. We took them to this country. When we used to go to Florida, we never went the right way. I took them through the little tiny villages, the back roads. And I remember when we went the first time through Kentucky and Tennessee, and they saw Appalachia and the misery and the poverty, and that was quite a good education for them.
I watched her, and I was inspired by her, and we weren't allowed to go out on Saturday mornings and play without doing reading, without learning Arabic, learning prayers, doing all kinds of academic work. And I never really resented that. I always appreciated it. And today I think that that's what has made me the person I am.
Because she was very compassionate, she really succeeds in whatever she does, especially relating and interrelating and interconnecting with her students. It's the love that she gives those kids. It's the attention that she gives those kids. Everybody thinks of a teacher as teaching the curriculum, passing the proficiency test. But a teacher is a lot more than that.
So I've been here at Toledo Early College for, I think this will be my 14th year. I've been in this classroom, I think the whole time except for maybe 2 of those years, and it has been the greatest learning experience teaching here. I have grown so much as a teacher teaching at this school, primarily because the students are so remarkable and willing to put themselves out there and learn and struggle and really be the best students they can be.
I met Miss Al 5 years ago, the summer before my freshman year, so I was one of her students. I had her for history. She's taught me to never give up on my dream. Coming from similar backgrounds, we're both Middle Eastern, we have similar parents, we have similar mindsets. She's always there for me whenever I need someone to talk to or if I need advice. And the biggest thing I think that I took away from meeting her was to always go for what I want.
I teach American Studies and World Studies. I was always interested in history and this idea that history does repeat itself, that in order to truly know who we are, we need to understand our history. We need to understand the history of others around us. So history always spoke to me. I really looked at history as a way to show students that we live in a great democracy, but a democracy has to be fed, and we have to have informed citizens in order to keep that democracy alive. So history to me was really the only path for me to take.
Beyond social studies, I think she taught me more to be someone who's always trying to help someone, to be someone who, like a leader kind of in a way. She's the one who made me realize that I am a leader. She was like, I can always see a leader in you, and the sad part is that I can see that you don't see it. She was also an advisor for me. It was when we would go from our college classes to her so she could see how we're doing, and she would always be like, hey, if you see that you're struggling, you need to reach out to your resources. You need to do this and that. So she taught me how to be smart with my resources, how to be a leader, how to be someone that I can, be proud of.
Our International Festival is something that I've been doing for many years at this school. We have food from all of the different countries that are represented. We have students dressing in ethnic clothing, presenting, performing. We have fun and games. We have all kinds of activities, and the community and parents take part of it. And that's the most beautiful part of it. One of my students told me that her father, when he was young, his parents told him to not talk about where he came from, who he was, just kind of fit in, and that he was so happy that we were doing the International Festival so we could celebrate everyone's culture. And really, through this understanding and this education about others is really how we build harmony and understanding and justice. They learn about the person sitting next to them all school year, and they learn about traditions and customs that they practice in their culture, or even religion. And it expands their minds, and they can look at one another through a much wider view. And I think, again, that understanding leads to better relationships among our students, and it also helps to create a climate and a culture here that really serves to include everyone.
Tell me about doing things like for your passion and not just for money. At that time in my career, I wanted to be a physician. I was at that time, thought about wanting to make a lot of money. I wanted to be an anesthesiologist. And I feel like with her, if she didn't become a teacher, I think she was very interested in wanting to be an immigration lawyer. And she was just talking about like all of the lives and people that she could help. It really wasn't about making money. It was about making a difference. So I feel like, even though she didn't choose that route to be a lawyer, she took that same passion and applied it to being a teacher.
Watching students flourish in the few years that they are under our umbrella is really something that comes to fruition at graduation, when I promise not to cry on stage, and I cry every single time on stage. But really, because they're a part of me. I don't have children of my own, so I take them on as my children. And you're pushing them out into the world, and you hope that you've done enough for them. So it's very emotional for me. Teaching has really become something that has taken over my life, as with many teachers it has. My union work is a huge passion of mine.
I first met Mona probably 10, 15 years ago, probably at the Labor Day Parade, one of the first times I met her. She's been an outstanding professional in the classroom teaching. I mean, any student you talk to talks about how great she is and how Mrs. Al does so much for her. And then when you couple that with her professional capacity and really her social justice activism around human trafficking and other things like that, I mean, it's just a natural fit. She takes what she does and she embodies what she lives and brings it to the classroom, and her students exude that back to her. Having someone with that caliber representing your colleagues and representing the Toledo Federation of Teachers as well as the Toledo Public Schools is a testament. She's not only part of the Toledo Public Schools now, but she's a graduate from TPS, and it speaks to the level and capacity of the individuals that we're producing.
I've expanded my union role into human trafficking and social justice issues. The past 5 years of my life, I've spent trying to mitigate and bring awareness to the issue of human trafficking here in Toledo and in Ohio and across the country, and that has really been my main passion. I also do work with the Korean War Legacy Foundation to honor Korean War veterans. I write a lot of curriculum. I've I travel with the U.S. Department of Ed through the Fulbright-Hays programs just to learn about education around the world and bring it back to us and try to figure out how we can make our classrooms better for our students.
There is a huge concern within our communities that are targeting our youth each and every day and involving them in sex trafficking that it's our responsibility to address. And so when you have that type of passion, really being energized in the right direction, it really is great to see the attraction of individuals supporting these things.
She has done such a great job of getting the word out to everybody in the community, but especially training like thousands of teachers, bus drivers, just everybody, cafeteria workers, like the whole 9 yards. Mona's the kind of person who not only is she just like a really great teacher content-wise, I mean, she really knows how to get kids to learn. She makes it fun. She does tons of different activities, but she is such a good people person. And that's what makes her the great teacher that she is.
Mona gets it. I mean, she knows that to be an effective classroom teacher, you have to know your students. You have to teach the whole student. And in order to do that, you have to know where your students come from. You have to meet them where they are. And then you have to take them on a journey that year that you have them. And hopefully by the end of that year, they're going to be beyond academically, socially, emotionally, than they were at the beginning of the year.
Miss L, she's very passionate about what she does. Takes your emotions to get involved into something. And so that emotional aspects of it that really draws people to individuals who demonstrate that. And she has that passion.
Congratulations, Mona al-Hayani, for becoming Ohio Educator of the Year.
I couldn't think of a better accomplishment for you.
Mona, you are amazing and fabulous, and I'm so proud of you. And I know you're going to do awesome things still to come in this world.
I'm so proud of you and the things that you're already doing and the things you will do.
You epitomize what good teaching and excellent teachers are all about.
I'm honored to have been your student. I'm honored to know you. And I'm so thankful that you made a difference in my life.
We are so proud of you, and I know that you will achieve whatever you set your mind on.
Congratulations, continue to make us proud, and continue to be TPS proud.